got Mr. Porch online, myself, and Tony here at the annex. All right, we'll get this thing from the governor. In accordance with Governor Lee Executive Order Number 16, extended Executive Order Number 34 regarding limited gathering to prevent the further spread of COVID-19 and allowing public meetings to be held electronically. The Marshall County Building Committee has chosen to meet electronically and limit public access to this meeting, determining the necessary to protect the public health, safety, and welfare in light of COVID-19. All right, I want to apologize. I've walked out of the house and changed vehicles and left everything I own in the other vehicle, and so we're going to kind of wing this.
We had recessed, correct?
Yes, and we have recess, so we're coming back off the recess. All right, let me get a roll call of who's here. All right, Tony Byers.
Here.
Jeff Porch.
Here.
Sheldon Davis is here. Seth Worth. And Mr. Cuevas. All right, we do have a quorum of 3. All right, I'm going to let get started off. Robin wants to kind of fill us in on the grant that we had, the $100,000 grant, and we was kind of questioning if we was going to be able to use it for this or that, and she has answers for us. So I'm going to let Robin kind of take over here.
Okay, so after talking to Angie on several different occasions, we were able to determine that they were actually going to let us use this $100,000 for more than just physical construction of the health department building. So as of May the 20th, we had already spent over $105,000 in the capital projects fund for the health department. There was about $59,000 to ATH, which were the architects, and other construction, which consisted of civil engineering and a couple other smaller things, was around $46,000. So we'd already spent $105,000. So we submitted all that paperwork to Angie, and she sent it up her chain. And last I heard last week, all that was approved for us to go ahead and get the $100,000. And Mike has submitted the reimbursement, signed off on it. So we should be getting that hopefully anytime. They were wanting us to spend it all of a sudden by June 30th. And I think there was some confusion that that was supposed to happen in the next fiscal year, but we were able to get those costs worked out. So we should have that coming.
Oh, good. At least we didn't lose that money.
Exactly.
Get some of the money back. All right. And the next thing here we want to talk with is Rick McAllister to kind of give us an update on what he has come up with on prints. And oh, by the way, I have a set of prints here at the annex if anybody would like to come and look at them. Rick would we did have some questions about mechanical, but if we can get some of those sometime soon would be great.
Sure, that'd be fine. We are in a holding pattern. We are essentially looking for some guidance on some dates to advertise the project. We've gone through it now internally with we do a TR review and a quality control review, and so we have completed that. Our drawings are now a little bit different than what I sent you because we just completed that last week. But there were some very small coordination issues that I don't think would affect what you have on your prints. We also have the specifications, probably 99% complete, and the 1% we need to complete is sort of the bidding format piece of it. It goes as part of the construction documents to the contractors, so they will get a full set of construction document drawings and a project manual. Both those work in concert with each other. The project manual will specify material and installation. At the front end of that project manual, it will tell us the processes for advertising and notification to bidders and various, I'll say, procedural things about whether or not you can submit an allowance. And there's several pieces and parts, but really it's made all of the contractors that are interested in the project to understand cohesively how they go about submitting a bid, and how they would be opened and how they would be reviewed and put in place. So that we are essentially looking for some dates that would make some sense for everyone to solicit this project and try to get you guys some contractors on board.
Okay, Rick, do we need to do the advertising, or are you gonna help us with that, or?
We will. I sent Mike a quick summary of how that works. Essentially, E2H will help you do the advertising. It has to go to several venues it has to be in. It has to be a couple of cycles within some periodicals, meaning some newspapers. I may need some help understanding, who that be, but we put it in the Tennessean, and if there's something local, we put it in locally there. It also goes out in the plan rooms that are established throughout the state. So there'll be one. Our company has a plan room, so when they read the advertisement, they can log onto the plan room. It shows what company is looking at the drawings. It also goes to a builder's exchange, and then there's a Tennessee plans room also. So again, what's nice, it'll show us what type of activity we're getting on contractors. As that moves forward, each of them need to put in their bidder's license number, a lot of the stuff that we would just want to have from folks that are interested, so we can do a little bit of research on that. And then after it's submitted out for bid, I think this is a project that warrants 3 weeks of bidding time process for that also, which we can is also identified in the specifications that we would go through. It talks about where we open bids up and how we open bids up. That one's a little bit different now under COVID. So I made some calls to folks, and essentially we'll ask for the bids. Normally they would be delivered in a sealed envelope, but we would sit in a room and open them one time and record them. Under COVID, there's a provision that we can receive all the bids and open them electronically at the same time. So A2H would get a bid. We would ask that we'll determine if it's Mike or who gets the bid, or if it's the building committee, and then the state would obviously get copied on a bid, and then we would set a date and we would all open those bids simultaneously and record that information.
Okay.
And make a decision from there.
Okay. All right. Tony, you got any questions?
Timing, do you have a date when we'll be ready to put it out for bid?
Next week for sure. We'll be done with our documents. So, what I would suggest is looking at a calendar. Pull one up here. If we send it out, people aren't wild about a Monday delivery. I would say a midweek. Send it out on the 3rd. I think we'd be in real good shape. Give them 3 weeks to look at it, and that puts it on about the 24th. We get a little time to answer any questions. Well, in that time, we'll get some questions and answers from contractors that may want to substitute something or put something in, and then I would assume we could do awards looking at the first part of July. So I'll build those dates and send them to you so you can see them, because I think everyone needs to kind of review those if we're going to do the bid opening at the same time. So we may have to coordinate that a little bit tighter.
Okay. Jeff, you got any questions?
No, I'm good with it. June 3rd is good to put it out there. Let's put it out there.
Okay. All right, Mike, you got anything? Mike's good. All right. Tony, any more?
Ask my question.
All right. Well, Rick, I guess get everything that you need to start this process up, and we'll wind her up and throw her out there, and let's see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I will send a draft of those first two documents, the information to bidders and the bidding process. I'll send a draft to review the dates, so we're all on the same page, and then we'll move forward to get it solicited to the public.
Okay. All right. I think we don't even need any motions or anything to get this going, do we?
No.
Okay. All right. I can't think of anything else we were supposed to discuss for last time. Like I said, I left everything in my other vehicle. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Well, all right, Rick, just if we need to do something, you got Mike's number, or you can call me or Tony, and we'll do what we can do to help.
Yeah, if you have any questions on the mechanical piece that you want to ask, you can certainly send them through Mike or give me a call. We're more than happy to answer those. And if there's something we need to note or adjust, we certainly can before it hits the street. So that's not a problem. I can't imagine it. Unless you tell me we're going to go with, a windmill, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape for making the project work.
Don't throw a kink in it yet.
I did notice the sprinkler
Yeah.
system in or out. 'Cause
Sprinkler system?
it showed sprinkler heads in the drawings. And I wasn't sure if we were sprinkling the building or not.
I think we talked about sprinkling the building, and I think because we have easy access to water in this one, and I will tell you, I think it's very important to, before we ever take them out, is to look at your premiums for what your insurance is. A lot of times, premiums for doing a building this small will actually save you some money over the course of a couple of years to have the property protected.
Okay. All right. All right.
Do we need to recess or?
You're authorizing him to go ahead and release it for bid?
Not yet. That's what I'm.
Okay.
That's what we
That
ready.
would take a motion, I think.
Yeah, that would take a motion. I didn't realize what.
No, he's got some more work to do
Okay.
yet before we're ready to
So
put
we're
it
going
up
to
for
come back
bid.
again.
And we'll just set a meeting for next week if that's okay. And that way, Rick, what day next week would be good to?
Same, and anytime next week I think is good. I usually don't have anything. Tuesdays get a little busy later in the afternoon, but Tuesdays are fine. Mondays are fine. Whichever one we've got. We probably need to push it a little bit. Oh, actually, Monday will not be fine. Unfortunately, that's a very important day for people that are named Rick McAllister. That's my birthday. So
Yeah, mine was yesterday.
Big celebration. Yeah, 39 again. Crazy.
20th anniversary of the 29 again, huh?
Yeah, Scott, do you want to do again on Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Put that time up?
Tuesday at 2:00.
Could we do two?
Okay, that sounds good. In this
2:30. Let's do
I'll send-
Tuesday at 2:30.
That sounds perfect. In the next couple of days, I'll send this draft over so everyone can look at these dates
Okay.
and put a nod if that makes sense.
Okay.
That'll work out great.
Jeff, you good with 2:30 next Tuesday?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mike, can you get with Lynn and see if she?
We can recess.
Well, we could do that.
Recess again.
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll just recess it again till
Yeah.
Tuesday,
We don't have time
2:30.
to advertise it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
We'll just recess again till next Tuesday at 2:30.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys, appreciate you, and we'll recess till.
I make a motion to recess the meeting until next Tuesday at 2:30.
Tony made a motion to recess. All right, second,
Jeff Ford, second.
and all right, need a roll call. Tony,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sheldon, yes. All right, recess 2:30 next Tuesday.
See y'all tonight. Talk to y'all tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Rick.
Bye.